Test, test, test. Hey, how's it going, guys? We are going to get started in a bit. For now, we are going to wait until about 22 minutes from now, and then we're jumping into the game. No, mic's off. Test, 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 test. That's weird. We're getting feedback from the mic either way. Test, test,
I think
test.
it's this one.
Yeah, but we should be able to control it from here.
Yeah, I guess so.
So it's weird.
Oh, mic's on EC. Let's try.
Test, test, test.
Like
everybody. Welcome to the stream. We are going to get started here in about 7 minutes, guys. We have been experiencing some minor issues, really not with the stream itself, but with the microphone, where basically, whether we turn the mic on or off, it's still coming through. Right now it's coming through really loud, so give me a second. Let's see if this is better, guys. So we've lowered the mic volume a bit. I'm going to raise it just a little bit more. But if you can sort of tell me if this is sounding okay, we can move forward. Cheeto. Yeah, that was more than manly. That was like a giant speaking into the microphone. Sorry about that. So now we're recalibrating things a little bit. We will get started in about 6 minutes, and we'll see what we decide to play. Hey, how's it going, Dave? Good to see you, buddy. Good as always, my friend. I'm sorry I didn't do any streams this weekend on the channel. It was kind of a tough weekend. I've been dealing with some dental issues, so I really didn't feel like doing much. I do apologize to anybody hoping for a stream this weekend. I could still do loudly yelling Agrippa, but without the mic, without the mic volume. Okay. All right, about 5 minutes, guys, and we will get started. We do like to give everybody a chance to, of course, stop in, so that's why we're going to wait just a little bit. Oh, wow, you're working 12 hours anyway. Oh, that's rough, man. Well, that's life. Yes, absolutely. Well, the Slytherin streams, thankfully this is one part of my job is, of course, promoting the streams and doing the streams. Actually, I would say Muso here does most of the promotional work. I just do the voice acting or the whatever you want to call it, and that's something we do just about every day on the week. But I was talking more about just private streams that I do at home. It just hasn't been a good time for it. Hello, Sotomontes. How you doing, man? Congrats. How much do we have? Yeah, absolutely, Dave. I appreciate that. Yeah, I still try to get those videos up, but I do miss the streams, I must say. Let's see if we can... Every time we roulette all. I think I've roulette all like 10 times. Haven't won once. I think the system is... I'm blaming you, Muso, on this one. I think the system is rigged. I agree with all the other users on this. It's a rigged roulette system unless I'm winning every single time. And then it's working perfectly fine. Okay, about 2 more minutes, guys, and then we'll jump in. There's quite a few different campaigns we haven't jumped into yet and tried. I think we're going to try to do the War of the Diadochi today. We'll explain a little more in depth what the War of the Diadochi is. I'm sure a lot of you guys know. That's right, yeah, exactly. Muso, give me 1,000,000 slits. Come on now. Don't be stingy. Put the 1,000,000 slits in my account. I'm not a gambler. I'm just going to roulette all of them all at once. Come on. 1,000,000 slits, 50 slits, 100 slits, something. I've got an itch that needs scratching, and it's more than 150 slits worth. Yeah, I've noticed that, Pixel. I think that's been the issue. Is I always roulette all. When I actually like roulette 20, roulette 30, I tend to win. But anytime I roulette all, I always lose. Yay! Thanks, man. Let's see. So now I'm going to do of course, the honorable thing and also the responsible thing. And what would that be right now? Well, that would be to try again. God damn it! Sorry, guys. We're trying to keep the stream family friendly here, and it's a bit of a curse there. My apologies. But I thought for sure that this time I was going to win, and that that this was my lucky time. This is my lucky moment, and of course it went right down the toilet. 1 million sliss. Well, I bet you guys never saw a million sliss disappear that quickly, huh? All right, guys. Okay, we are going to get started. So here we go, my friends. We're going to jump into some Mare Nostrvm. And I think today we are going to do the Wars of the Diadochi. So I was talking about this before. I do want to explain a little bit about what these wars are about. We could also do the Greco-Persian Wars. It's really up to you guys. And please let me know if the game sound is too loud, if you want us to turn it down. The one issue with Mare Nostrvm is the sound of the game is quite loud. We're on 8% right now, and it sounds like this. So let's see. Let's see if this sounds okay to you guys. Can you hear it all right? Yeah, well said, Pixel. Well said. All right, so we're going to start with a battle of Salamis. So here the complexity level is high. So yeah, this is going to be a tough one. And this is a big battle. The diadochi, the generals of Alexander the Great, who had divided his empire after his death, violently disputed the control of every region. Ptolemy, satrap of Egypt, dominates the island of Cyprus and uses it as a base of operations against rival Antigonus, launching continuous raids on Syria and the coasts of Asia Minor. Determined to eliminate this threat, Antigonus ordered his son Demetrius to capture the island. Demetrius, nicknamed the Besieger, departed from Athens, enlisting armies and a fleet of powerful ships. After landing, he went back to the city of Salamis, which he laid siege. The city walls were broken several times, but a lucky move from the defenders managed to burn the bulk of the siege engines. After that, Ptolemy himself, nicknamed the Savior, has appeared with the Egyptian fleet to lift the siege, but Demetrius has not been surprised, and heavy ships await off the city, crowded with artillery and his best troops. So do we want to play as the Ptolemaics guys, the Egyptian posers, or the Antigonids, the Persian posers, essentially? Let's see who we want to play as here, Antigonids or Ptolemaics. Now, Ptolemaics are basically sort of Egyptians. How do I put this in the correct way? Europeanized Egyptians? I think Romanized Egyptians would be more appropriate. Or in this case, it's actually the generals of Alexander. So Macedonianized? Is that even a word? But essentially, they're Egyptians. They're not really Egyptians. They're descended from European families, but they still play the whole, pharaoh role. They call themselves Ptolemy, Cleopatra, etc. So Pixel is saying the Ptolemaics. I think I'm going to agree with Pixel on this one. We are going to try with the Ptolemaics. It's going to make it a very tough battle, but I think it'll be interesting. So, of course, we are playing with Ptolemy's forces and trying to determine who is the mightiest general. So for those of you that don't understand what the Diadochi Wars or what the Diadochi successors are, it's quite simple. When Alexander the Great took his last breath, he died of a fever. He asked his generals, or his generals asked him, who is going to lead the empire when you die? And Alexander's answer was kind of messed up, kind of childish, because he had taken so much at that time, and he certainly wanted to build a larger empire. He basically said the strongest, or not basically, he did say the strongest. This started all sorts of wars with his successors. The Ptolemaics and the Antigonids are just a few. Of course, there's also the Seleucids. So I'm sure you guys are aware of quite a lot of his generals that basically ran away and started countries of their own. Quite a fascinating series of wars, but, in all honesty, Alexander's death caused a lot more problems than it intended to fix. By the way, take a look here at these Antigonid ships. They look excellent. You can see the masts have been cut off the top on both, which is quite normal. So in other words, these were originally sailing boats. They could easily sail. But now they look quite powerful. There's so many men on board, 40 on a lot of these ships, and we are moving forward with definitely not as powerful a navy. But we have to make the most of what we've got here, guys. Take a look at the chat here in a second. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting very close. Let's take a look here. Hellenized. I like that. I think that's probably absolutely correct, Pixel. Hellenized would be almost certainly correct. So yeah, probably Hellenized. And you know, these obviously they've taken a lot of Egyptian culture, and you know they like a lot of it. So that's why we get the Ptolemaics. And to some degree, you know, Alexander did the same thing. Once Alexander started moving through Persia, he really started to enjoy a lot of the Persian cultures, a lot of the Persian customs, to such a degree that some of his generals were basically telling him, like, listen, if you don't cut out this Persian act, you're going to get killed, basically. You know, obviously the history books tell us that Alexander died of a fever, which is probably the case. Is there a chance maybe that he was poisoned by one of his many generals? Maybe yes. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. Is it unlikely? No, it's not. It's pretty likely, but I think, you know, the fever explains off a lot, but I think that him being poisoned by one of his generals for becoming too Persianized is certainly something that could have happened. Here we go. All right, we're getting close to the Antigonids. Oh no, the Antigonids. We're definitely going to be ramming, or not ramming, but we're definitely going to be mounting the ship, raking oars, whatever ends up happening here. There we go. The enemy has got some flaming arrows. No! And they might even have some flaming catapults, too. So that's what's on board, guys. The Antigonids have catapults on board. Unbelievable. We don't have any catapults, as you can imagine. But here we go. So both ships are crippled. With this ship, of course, I'm going to go ahead and just go and try to grapple onto this enemy ship. I'm going to do the same with our leader boat, and I'll let the rest of the ships follow him. Let's take a look here. Everything you know about Alexander, you learned from Iron Maiden. Hello, Das Vidanya. How are you doing? Good to see you. Time traveler from the past. Oh, well. Sorry that that you came to this. That you came to this particular moment. Not much is going on in the current spate of things. Let's go ahead and try to grapple onto these guys as well. And let's hope for the best. So I'm not going for ramming with most of my guys. With some of them I will. So with these guys I am going to go for a ram. And of course if we're going to go for a ram we want to do it right. So let's do that. For these guys I'm actually going to try to send the ships that way. And yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of ships in this battle. I think this is probably the largest battle we fought. And facing units that have catapults on board, that's not good. So here we go. Come on, boys. All right, we grappled. So very even numbers on both sides. I'm hoping that our numbers are going to beat theirs merely because of the massive amount of basically missile fire we're getting here. But you can see over here our Ptolemaics are trying to get on board. Do it for Pharaoh, boys. Some of these ships have not managed to do much, and it looks like, oh, we managed to actually knock a ship over. Beautiful. So one of the mega ships here that the enemy was using, and we knocked another ship over here, guys. That's really, really cool. Now, they managed to ram us here, but we're doing all right. No, we're not doing very well over here, though, where the enemy has a bunch of catapult ships that have managed to escape. Yeah, that's not looking too good. Come on, come on. All right, we're actually going to rewind because I want to watch those rams. So that's one cool thing about this game. You can rewind whenever you feel like it, like if you've missed something. And I want to see, maybe we managed to get one of their commanders. Is that possible? That would be huge. So this is Aristomachos. And... oh, okay, we didn't get Aristomachos. Who did we get? Oh, there's another guy up here. Oh, sorry, guys. We've had this issue with the game more than a few times. We're going to have to restart. Sorry, guys. I'm going to wait till the game saves. There we go. Now we're back to normal. That was weird. Okay, so we did manage to knock down some enemy ships here. I think we did a pretty good job. But look at all of these ships that the Antigonids still have. This is going to be tough. So over here, I think we're just going to ignore these guys with the catapults. There's nothing we can do. right now at least. So I'm going to try to move forward and just board every ship I can. This guy as well. I want to go ahead and try to grapple onto this ship. This guy is on fire. In fact, a lot of the ships here, mostly ours, are on fire. In fact, entirely ours. The Antigonids absolutely have better artillery than we do. They've got all of these siege engines, all of these flaming arrows. They're going to make it's going to make it really, really hard to beat them, basically. Let the mouse have his cheese and he'll play nice. Exactly. I think with this guy, I'm going to actually turn. Try to grapple on board as well. We'll do the same over here. Let's hope for the best. Come on, boys. We are the sons of Alexander. So yeah, somebody just mentioned they enjoyed Sanctus Reach a lot more. I mean, admittedly, this and Sanctus Reach are two very different games. You know, Sanctus Reach is definitely infantry-based. This is entirely sea-based. There's going to be a lot of differences between those two. I think it's kind of like comparing apples and oranges. I think we'll probably lose this mission due to all of the fires the enemy's starting here. I'll be pretty proud of myself if we manage to get close to a victory, though. All right, this guy's tired. I'm looking at a possible victory here in terms of a ram. A possible victory. So what I'm going to try to do is take this guy. No, why is he stopped? That's a little weird. I don't know. Oh, I see what it is. So it's this reef right in front of us. Wow. I didn't expect that. So we've got a reef to deal with. And of course, we want to go ahead and get on top of that ship as quickly as we can. We will try to grapple onto the enemy ship here. Thought for sure that was going to be a chance to sink some ships, but no, it was not. I wanted to maybe turn that ship to the left. So a lot of the enemy is cut off. That's really the only thing working for us right now, is a lot of the enemy is cut off. And believe it or not, that makes things a little easier for us. So I'm actually going to move back with this ship. While that's happening, I'm going to see if I can go ahead. This might not work, but we'll try anyway. All right, here we go, boys. So at least one of these Quinqueremes is finally cut off. And with the overwhelming firepower we're getting here, we might be able to take out one of these Quinqueremes. It's not going to make much of a difference, though, if the enemy still has this many ships. It's going to be really tough to get a victory here. Our guys are doing a really good job firing at the enemy, but not good enough. And actually, we've got this ship. I don't know how he managed to drift like that. That was weird. But he's actually backing up into our ships here. I don't think backing up he can get much damage, but maybe I'm wrong. Nice hit, but no, they didn't get us. Nice try. And as you can see, we've captured a number of ships here, so I didn't even notice this until now, guys. But look at this. We'll take a closer look once the turn ends. But these 4 ships are all our property. And we even have one of our commander ships here. So I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try to go full speed ahead and knock this guy in the water. Again, I don't know if it's going to work. And the enemy's firing catapults at us. This is one of our commander's ships, so ideally we ram into this guy, but no, he's already turning towards us. I was going to say ideally we ram into him, knock him over, and we're in a very good position. Oh! That was awfully close, but I think it's just going to be raking of the oars. There we go, managed to cripple an enemy ship. Pretty cool. But now, of course, we put our command ship in a much more dangerous position. There we go, knocked another one down, guys. Look at that. I did not expect to get a successful ram by hitting the front of the ship, but that just goes to show you that even that can get you a successful ram. Of course, we still have to deal with a lot of enemies here, but I think that's pretty good, if you ask me. Not bad at all, not bad at all. All right, now with this guy, right now the actual mission is very even. So I'm going to try to ram over here. With this guy, I'm just going to try to get on board. That was surprising, I must say. Now, I wonder if there is a button. It would be kind of cool if there was a button to start putting out the flames, maybe at the expense of a loss of attack power. I don't see it yet, but that would be pretty cool if it happened. It also looks like this Persian ship. Is that friendly fire? I think it could be. I see the green seams on this ship. I think they may have accidentally crashed into their own ship. I wouldn't be surprised. And then do something like this. I doubt it's going to work, but we'll try anyway. And we'll try to go ahead and grapple here. Just want to make sure we're doing the right moves, guys. I mean, the battle is so close right now that technically we could win. Pretty unlikely, but it could definitely happen. Here we go. And they're fouled up on their own ship. I love it. I love when the enemy messes up. So this could possibly mean this ship's sinking. They did manage to capture one of our ships over here on the far left. But as long as that ship goes down, man, am I going to be a happy camper. There we go. Nice shooting. Okay, there we go. They're both going down. They're both going down, guys. Both of the Antigonid ships are going down. Beautiful. Those guys are dead. One of them was almost had a full crew, so they are gone. We don't have to worry about them. And I actually love the pause there. The pause managed to catch the ships descending to the very bottom of the ocean. That's a pretty cool visual. I think you guys will agree. Hey, Tescure, how you doing, bud? Good to see you, man. Got very lucky there clipping and ramming. Yes, thank you so much, Fornost. There goes a fouled ship. And Fornost, of course, here, guys, if you want to ask any questions regarding the game, he's definitely the guy you want to go to. So he's one of the members over at Turnopia. And I would highly recommend you ask him any questions you might have about the game. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to try to ram like this. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try anyway. And actually, wait a minute. No, we control that ship. Never mind. Never mind. That ship is... yeah, it's under our control. Start moving this way. I'm just going to turn this guy to the left. That simple. We've got another enemy ship here. Sadly, he's not fouled up, but he is stuck here temporarily. And I think that's going to allow us to get a lot of shots off on this guy. So let's keep firing. Here we go. And we were trying to take down the Heptedis. I've never seen the Heptedis before. So this thing not only has catapults on it, it's got towers on it. Just imagine the shipbuilders of this time period and putting these vessels together. Must have been extremely beautiful to see these ships for the first time, especially the size of a lot of these ships. You know, you would just be like, wow. Be absolutely amazed at the size. Seeing a terror like this with towers literally over your ship would not be pleasant. It wouldn't be a pleasant sight for anybody fighting against it. Let's put it that way. All right, we've got one of the enemy cut-off ships returning here, and all we can do is funnel them through this sort of tunnel here. I like to call it a tunnel because there's sort of two sides cut off. They've got to go through the middle. There's no way to escape. And it actually looks like these Antagonids are on a suicide mission. They're trying to board our Quinquerem, but we have 28 men and they have 11. I like to see the sort of Ptolemaic, or I shouldn't say Ptolemaic, I should say the sort of Alexandrian sense of heroism, but I think that's a bit much. Let's be good. Let's be honest. Yes, I agree with that, Dave Gijo. I think that would be a pretty cool touch to sort of have the little men on board so you could see them with the sinking ship sort of floating around until they inevitably sink to their doom. I think I would like that too, actually. It'd be really neat. All right, let's see if we can get over here. Try to back up a bit with that ship. These guys are in a lot of trouble, more or less. But let's see if we can go ahead and board this guy. That guy is completely on fire. And a lot of these guys that are completely on fire are going to go down soon. The other thing, and I could be wrong, the other thing I'd like to see, and this may already be the case, I haven't seen it personally, but I'd like to see these ships on fire slowly setting fire to the ships around them, even enemy ships. Because let's face it, it doesn't matter if the ship is an enemy or a friend. If you're right next to a ship on fire and it's burning, it's spitting out flames, your ship could very realistically catch on fire as well. I would love to see that represented as, on the game as well, but I'm not sure if that's going to occur. As you can see, these Sexteris are doing a great job over here too. Wiping these guys out is going to be close to impossible, but we're doing our best. Still at 48, come on. Can a single round go through? You guys got to work on your marksmanship. Ah, that's cool, Ternopia. So Ternopia mentioned that about boarding, and I believe that's Dani Lopez. About boarding is that if you were rejected while attacking, you just lose manpower. Very cool. Sure, absolutely, Cable. Again, just always a good thing. I appreciate you asking me and Muso if you can. That's always something we ask. If you're going to share a link, please ask first. So you definitely did the right thing there, man. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. I'm going to see if I can go for a ram. And then with this guy, I'm going to try to move over here. Get away from these men. See if we get a nice ram here. And look at that. They're not fouled up. Oh, too bad. I really thought that this unit was going to be fouled up on our ship. Come on, come on. Full speed ahead, boys. Full speed ahead. I think we're just going to half them. Oh, that was close. That was really close. And the good news is also this Quinquerem is almost out of soldiers. So we managed to finally take one of these guys out, not before they set our ship on fire, of course, which is not fun. And we've captured this ship. Beautiful. So we did manage to capture this ship. We went for the attack, and it succeeded. Of course, now Jezerka, one of our captains, is stuck in a compromising situation. Okay, I think we're getting very close to the loss icon. I mean, I think we've done the best we can. This particular mission, the difficulty level was set at medium difficulty, which I think Mare Nostrvm is quite a challenging game. So for me, the medium difficulty setting is actually a pretty tough one. That being said, this battle for me, I would classify it as probably hard. I'm actually going to go for a ram here. It's a very risky ram, but we're going to try anyway. And let's see what happens, guys. As for here, so I'm going to try to get this guy over on this enemy ship, if you guys see that. So I think just in terms of numbers, we're going to beat this guy. At the same time, we might as well go ahead and board him as well. That guy's cut off. Not much we can do with him. This guy will back up a bit again, and we'll end the turn. Here we go. And another enemy ship down right there. Cruising speed, and oh, that's awesome. So our ship at cruising speed managed to knock down this enemy ship. The only problem is we're now fouled on the enemy ship, and that was not my doing at all. See, when a ship gets cut off from his commander, he actually starts returning to the commander at cruising speed. So that finally answers my question, can you ram and knock a ship over at cruising speed? The answer is a definitive yes. Really happy to see that. And we're moving in with some more Ptolemaic ships. Come on, boys. Ooh, nice. All right, we grappled on board. It's going to be an easy victory there to take that ship. Of course, the battle itself, not so sure, but I think we've done an okay job, all things considered. And hey, even if we sink, at least that fire will be out, right? So, sort of, got to look at the positive side. And there we go. It's a minor defeat. Ooh, let's take a look here. Oh, very cool. Okay, guys, I do want to see if the Ternopia guys are here so they can tell me if I did okay or not as the Ptolemaics in this battle. I like to think that was a beautiful battle. I mean, the amount of ships that went down, we actually managed to ram more than the enemy for once. We rammed 3, they rammed 2, but they burned down 9 of our ships. Manpower-wise, we lost 821 men while the enemy lost only 585. So that's tough. And basically, I think the reason that that's occurring is because of the fires on board. Fires are going to kill people pretty quickly, and we've got a lot of ships that are burning up, let's be honest. So we're going to go ahead and click done. It's a minor defeat. Of course, I'll accept it. What else can I do? And we shall head to another war. So I want to try to get your guys' feedback as to who you'd like to see. Do we want to play the Colonial Wars? Do we want to play the Greco-Persian Wars? The Peloponnesian War? For those of you that don't know, that's the wars between Athens and Sparta. Do we want to play the First Punic War, the Second Punic War, the Syrian War, the Pirate Cleansing? A lot of wars here I'm not aware of. Or go back to the Roman Civil Wars. Now, we did the Roman Civil Wars last time, so let's see if we get any different answers. So Pixel's saying the Greco-Persian Wars, which I do love. I actually put a video on my channel of the Greco-Persian Wars. That's how much I love them. So I think the Greco-Persian Wars are a good selection. I think so. We'll go ahead and take the Battle of Lade. So I've won this battle already as Ionia back on my channel. But not here on the Matrix channel. So we're going to try to go ahead and get a victory. And the one thing I don't like about the Ionian setup, or these fleets in particular, is this linear setup. It's sort of like the fleet is slowly getting to battle, but they're not there yet. I just don't like it. So what I generally do is, well, one of two things. So this guy is going to go ahead. While that guy goes ahead, this guy is going to go ahead and turn right. This guy is going to turn left, so on and so forth. Now, we can't do it with everybody. And we don't want to get these guys too far from the commander, because if that happens, well, then they're in a really big mess. Do this. All right. Boom, turn right. Now, I'm not going to do this with every single one of our formations. Some of the formations I'll leave as is, but I definitely want one or two of these formations that can move freely, if that makes sense. Here we go. We're micromanaging big time here. These guys can go ahead and full steam ahead, why not? And these guys can also go full steam ahead. Of course, it's not really full steam. There's no steam at this time. Well, is there? Who knows? Turn this guy to the right. This guy to the left once again. And we're going to go ahead and do the same with this group that we did with the initial one. So really just try to get our guys in a battle formation. I think going towards them in a straight line might work in some instances. But we need to have that center, you know, a bit more mobile, if that makes sense. Okay, a few guys were going for pirate cleanse, so we'll do pirates next time for sure, because we had a few people asking for pirates. So let's go ahead and end the turn, and let's see how these guys react to my orders. They're kind of like, what in the world? This is going to be interesting. Oh boy. Oh, sorry boys. Got a few of these guys caught up. I think they'll be fine, but not a great position to have our ships in. So I'm fast forwarding right now just to get these guys in formation. There we go. That's more like it. Probably going to keep these guys moving in the same direction they were moving before. Of course, we're going to have to move these guys individually. And admittedly, you see how a few are already cut off. You know, we're gonna lose a few to being cut off. Now they're going to join us later in the battle, so it's not like we lose them permanently, but it's a little bit of a pain to have them rejoin basically the fleet. See right there. So we won't do any more semi-brave things. We'll just stick to the basics here. Here we go. Full grease. All right, these Persians definitely seem to be doing some evasive maneuvers, like these guys back here. Nope, they're moving towards us. Never mind. They seemed like evasive maneuvers. They're anything but evasive maneuvers. And, of course, what else could I expect from the Persians? These guys are masters of ship combat. Here we go. Okay, these ships are going to make contact. It's going to be first blood right here. Hold on, boys. And now, I'm going to try. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try and go for a ram with this side. These guys can go ahead and try and grapple. Especially since that seems to be, and I could be wrong, but that seems to be an enemy command ship. So I definitely want to grab onto him. I want to grab onto this guy too. We'll keep moving this command ship forward as well. Do the same with these guys. Don't forget, guys, that this game has a multiplayer component, so if you want to play with some friends on multiplayer, something like that, this is absolutely the game to do it with. I'm going to move this guy forward. Now, you can see these guys are going to be tired once they're done rowing, but I think it's a worthwhile sacrifice. Let's end the turn here and hope for the best. Come on, boys. It looks like our men, and I could be wrong, but it looks like the men on our ships, we have more men than the Persians have. And here we go. This could be a ram. Oh yeah, we got one, boys. So we definitely have more men on our ships than the Persians have. I think they have more ships, which is a bit annoying. But besides that, I think that's the difference. Here we go again. Oh! Whoa, that was a very lucky hit by the Persian Pentaconter. They hit the front of our ship, and I think since it was on that turn, it definitely got hit hard and went right down. This one also got hit, but it's just fouled up. I wonder, are they going to succeed in taking this one down too? Yes! Wow, these Persians are epic at ramming. Not to mention, they're ramming us with ships that aren't even as big as our ships. They're ramming us with ships that are like half the size. So I've got to give it to the Persians, man. They are really tough. That is surprising, to say the least. I mean, wow. Okay. Changes the game up a little bit, doesn't it? So I'm going to go ahead, try to ram forward. Try to ram forward here. Try to ram forward here. I'm assuming that they're going to make it through, of course. Try to ram forward here. And try to ram forward. Nope. Oh, I guess we can ram. Hold on. All right, so we're going for pure ramming here. I don't know how it's going to work. Well, hopefully it does work, period. And it looks like some of our boys took out a Persian ship over here, too. So the the actual sinkings are going both ways. And I'm just going to keep moving this way. I'm assuming that the enemy is going to move into this location eventually, or up ahead here, likely, probably more likely up ahead. So moving to the east, basically. But we'll have to wait and see. The more ramming in a turn I've ever seen, says Fornost. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. I think we'll end the turn there and hope for the best. Come on. So as you can see, you kind of have to like think ahead. For example, if we aim just for that square, the enemy's going to row past by the time we get there. So the ramming, for me at least, it's really a luck-based system almost. We got one. But basically, like, you need to be lucky enough to kind of throw ahead of the enemy so that your ship hits it perfectly. I always aim for about 1 or 2 tiles ahead. Oh, can we get another ram? Can we get another ram? Whoa, 2, guys, 2. Absolutely epic. So right there, the ramming worked perfect. 3 rams, 4 rams altogether on the Persian fleet. We just took out 4 Persian ships with ramming. So we're learning, slowly but surely we're learning. Now the problem is we are fouled up on a few of these ships. That's not going to go well for us. But I like to think that we're getting a little bit better here. And definitely knocking out those Persian ships helps big time. We captured another one of them. At least on this left side, we showed the Persians we mean business. Thank you, Pixel. Squad battle game. We absolutely do, Brooding Phobos. So I would say probably our most... our squad-based, one of our best squad-based battle games, I would say, would be Close Combat. Any of the games in the Close Combat series, of which there are many. The most recent one is called Gateway to Khan, which I would definitely recommend you take a look at. Another great one in the Close Combat series is Panthers in the Fog. Personally, I like Panthers in the Fog more. But I'll admit that Gateway to Khan has a lot more multiplayer players, and it has actually like an existing multiplayer community. So it's not very hard to find a game. But Gateway to Khan I would definitely call a squad-based game. You've got machine gun squads, you've got assault squads, you've got infantry squads, that don't really specialize in anything but, well, killing the enemy. So all of that stuff exists in that game series. With these guys, I'm going to go ahead and try to board. These guys already have their hands full. And we're waiting for some of our cut-off ships to return. So that's another thing we're waiting for. It's pretty even here so far, but that's going to change. I think the enemy is probably... if I want to be absolutely honest, is probably winning right now. That doesn't mean we can't win, but definitely lowers our chances. Let's go, boys. And I'm hoping all those ships that we got fouled up on aren't going to take us down with them. Here we go. Is this a ram? Oh, nope. Raking oars. Get him, boys. Grapple. Nice. Good work. Oh, I think this is going to be a kill. Oh, that's going to be... oh, yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a kill. Here we go. Oh, we just barely made it. We just barely made it. Wow, that was close. Still fouled up over here on the left side. Yeah, 4 rammed and 1 crippled. Not bad at all, right? That was pretty cool, I must say. Like, over here on the left side, that was probably our best ramming attack that we've ever done. I mean, just look at all these Persian ships that are down on their side. That was just majestic. It really was. Now, can I do that? Can I make that happen again? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm definitely starting to learn a little bit more about the game. And actually, I've even been researching some of the naval wars of the time period, which I find extremely fascinating. Let's go for these guys back here. So they're tired. They don't seem to be in the best of spirits. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. I'm going to keep this guy here. All right, let's go for this. See what happens. Ionia must win. So, of course, there are various Greek city-states. Ionia makes up just one of them. There's Athens, there's Sparta. Can anybody name a few more Greek city-states in the comments down below? Let's see what your knowledge of Greek city-states is like. Ionia, of course, but there are many. And, of course, Ionia is just the tip of the iceberg. But pretty good naval-wise. And there we go. We slammed into the enemy. We did not manage to sink the ship. But I like to think that that group of 5 sailors on board is going to go down pretty quickly. At least I hope so. Look at that. A lot of tired enemies turn this way. Oh, we're going for the ram. We are going for the ram. No, no. Right at the last second he turned. Right at the last second. Let's go over here and see if any of our fouled up ships went down. Nope. Everybody is still above the ocean. But it definitely looks like we're beating the enemy right now numbers-wise. So that's good. Let's go ahead and try to ram. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We're going to have to back up. And as we back up, I'm hoping that this guy can move out and ram. But I don't think he can. I think he's going to have to wait for the guy to back up first. And same with this guy. We're going to go for the ram, but I doubt it's going to actually be possible. All right, something like that. Take a look at what's going on over here. We want to make sure that the entire battlefield is working for us. So one thing I want to do, go for a ram directly in front of us. There's some enemy ships down here that are concerning. So in the east, there are a lot more of them, without a doubt. We're winning the war in the west, but in the east, not so much. So we'll have to try and offset that a bit. And hopefully not sink. So over here, we're no longer fouled up on that ship. That's very good news. I'm going to either wait for it to sink to get out of here, or I'm just going to try to get out of here on my own. In fact, I might just do that. Let's end the turn. We've actually got one of our cut-off ships returning slowly but surely. Another one down. That crippled ship is definitely going down. Okay, oh boy, that was not good. So the enemy actually rammed our ships and knocked them over, including our command ship. That's going to confuse a whole lot of Greeks. But more importantly, it's given the Persians a little bit of a bonus. And right here, this guy's staying still. Oh, he's going to get rammed. I knew it. I just knew it. And now, of course, the rest of these guys get cut off, and the battle gets a lot more complicated, let's be honest. Now, they are cut off. I'm hoping they could still get some pretty good shots with their bows, but it's a tough one right now. It is definitely a tough one. And there we go. Both ships going down. All right, so at least one of these ships that fouled up on ours ended up going down as well. Here we go. Come on, boys. Cruising speed is enough to sink. Come on. All right, what I'm going to try to do here, I don't think it's possible, but we're going to try. No, they're cut off. That's right. Not much we can do with them. Okay. That guy's either about to be rammed or already has been. Nice. Okay, so they've just grappled on. They're going to try to get on board, and I think we absolutely outnumber them. In fact, I don't think they have anyone on their ship, but that was pretty interesting they could still grapple. Let's see what's going on up here. So as long as we can keep these guys in place, despite the fact that we've got ships in the water, ships sinking, I think we could still get a victory. Could be wrong, but it's something I'm thinking. Come on, boys. The enemy here is exhausted, and I don't blame them. Come on, men. Now, of course, the fight is extremely even. We're sinking, save us. Thebes, Corinth, Wavell, hey, how you doing, buddy? So a few people are getting the Greek city-states. Very cool. Mare Nostrvm 2 soon, says Fornost. I would love Mare Nostrvm 2, but I hope you guys are also maybe, hopefully, working on a sequel to Quadriga. I would love to see that, guys. Let's see over here. And we're going to go ahead and move forward. And a lot of ships cut off here. Nothing we can do with our guys that are cut off except wait. That's really it. And what we could do with this guy, we could try to get a ram. I don't know if it's going to work because we're kind of stuck here with a few ships. I'm also going to move back with this guy. And I'll try to just turn towards this guy right here and try to board him. That's my goal right now. Here we go. Oh, just heard a hit. Just heard a hit. Here we go. And the commander here is Lesbos. Also, there is the Greek island of Lesbos, which I believe the Ionians come from. So, not all that surprising. Now, let's see. The enemy has 9. We have 8. The chances of us winning this battle are pretty low unless we get some much-needed missile support. You know, 8 and 9. Well, actually, now they have less than us. They have 7. We have 8. Maybe there is a chance for a victory. Kill them, boys. Very, very even. Very, very even. Oh, that would be cool, Pixel. I would love that. I would love that. That would be hilariously awesome. I mean, that's one of the things about Mare Nostrvm that I loved so much was the almost comical nature of the game itself. Like, I know that the game focused on, you know, a very serious aspect of ancient life, which of course the gladiatorial, or in this case the chariot arena, right? The hippodrome. But I almost felt like there was a comic feel to it, if that makes sense, where, like, I would laugh when, you know, one of my ships would go down, or one of my charioteers would fall off his chariot and get badly injured, because I was like, you know, it was hilarious. The way it happened was just really funny. Or I'd have a guy that was, like, you know, really nasty to me every race. He was always cutting my guys off, and I'd finally get that opportunity to sink him, or not to sink him, to knock him off. I'm getting Mare Nostrvm mixed with my with my chariot racing games. But yeah, it was just really fun, and there was something about it that had like a cartoonish aspect to it that I loved. Yes, even only if we can whip my opponent like Ben-Hur. And that's actually funny. Brooding Phobos mentions Ben-Hur. Turnopia, I have to ask you guys, a lot of your games, I can directly relate back to the movie itself of Ben-Hur. Is Ben-Hur, you know, something that you guys, you know, look at when you're creating a new game? Because, you know, certainly a number of games that you've made, of course, well, the 2 games you've made could be directly related back to scenes from Ben-Hur. Mare Nostrvm and Quadriga, you know, both are, you know, chariot racing, and the sort of naval battles that we're seeing here are a big part of the movie. I'm not talking about the modern remake, which I haven't seen it and I don't plan to, but I'm talking about the actual older film. Oh, and look at that, cruising speed cut off. We're okay, but that was close. And one thing we learned, actually I learned, I can't remember if it was the Turnopia guys or someone else here at the company, that let me know that the whole thing about slaves being on ships and slaves being the rowers, completely untrue. Completely untrue. The people that are rowing the ships are regular citizens. You know, they're looking for a paycheck just like anybody else, and, you know, when the battle's over for them as well. So that's something to consider. It's not slavery. Because I'm pretty sure even if you had slaves in a situation like that, there would be a lot of revolts. You know, people would not be happy. They wouldn't just take that sitting down. No pun intended. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can get a ram here. Come on, boys. Full grease. Oh, he's crippled, but I think he might just barely miss. Nope. He is totally crippled. He's not moving. Here we go, guys. Full Ionia. Victus. Ooh, yes, beautiful. Another enemy ship down. I think we get a record here for the amount of enemy ships we sunk just by ramming. That's pretty cool. Here's another one. Can we get this one too? Oh, okay, we didn't get it, but we definitely scared the heck out of the crew on board. Over here, we've got everything. We could start moving these guys back to the center of the battle, as a matter of fact. Oh. These guys are going to try to get on board. But I think with the missile support, our guys should be able to survive. Interesting. Yes, thank you, Turnopia. So Turnopia confirmed that. That basically, the rowers, they were getting paid, Cable Nexus says it was locals, but also when ships were damaged, they were able to return to the coast. I would love to see that small tactical details in the next game. Also interesting in a tactical way, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Yes, exactly. Musso said it best. We're focused on quality, not quantity of games. Anybody can put together a bunch of hex-based games on different conflicts, and I think I know the company you're talking about. I'm not going to mention them. Maybe the first iteration of that game is kind of cool, but then, when they get to like number 10, it's like, yeah, we get what you're doing. No, we're definitely going for the quality. Just like Musso mentioned, I couldn't put it in any better words than him. Let's take a look here and see. A lot of our ships are cut off. That being said, we've got a lot of ships over here that are ready to get back into the fight. So, let's start moving them over here. Actually, this guy we're going to have to move this way. And we still got one of our ships fouled up on the Persian ship. That may not go so well. This guy might be sinking fairly soon. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to take this guy, and since this guy is cut off, he'll probably find a way through, but I can't help but try. Now I am completely addicted to ramming the enemy, so I'm going to go for another ram. Why not, right? Go here and here. Something like that. I think that works. A bit of a maneuver, but they can get it. They can accomplish the task, I think. Another Persian ship fouled up there on ours. And we are the undisputed kings of ramming right now. We still get fouled up on this ship. I would hate that such a tiny ship would be able to drag our ship down. We'll have to wait and see. I'd also guess that those rowers are probably very healthy. I mean, that's definitely a healthy job. It's a job where your cardiovascular system is going to get a really nice workout every single day. Although then again, I start thinking about it and I'm like, maybe they overdid it a bit, which would probably be the case. But man, just imagine rowing all day. You would have arms like Popeye, just be massive arms, really, really strong. Of course, no antibiotics at the time period, so you got to deal with that. But besides that, it could be a pretty healthy lifestyle. Just don't get a splinter. If you get a splinter, you're probably going to die. Just keep that in mind. All right, here we go. Let's end the turn. About our Ben-Hur connection, it's clear that it impressed me as a child. Yeah, I had a feeling. I definitely had a feeling. A great film. I mean, I think, you know, historically completely inaccurate, the film at least, but you can't argue that it's not an enjoyable Hollywood movie. And here we go. I think we might get sunk by this cut-off ship. Even cut-off ships can be dangerous. Brace for impact, boys. Aye, oh, we're all right. We're just barely all right. Oh. Can we get a ram? Can we get a ram? Can we buy a ram? Nope, but we could certainly jump on the ship. And I think that these guys could take over this enemy ship. Not easily, but they could take over the enemy ship. Now, that's weird. We stopped grappling. So I think they stopped the grapple, and now they're just going for the, just firing arrows, essentially. And so far, we're winning. We're winning the battle. I mean, if you take a look up top, you can see the stats. And right now, we're just barely staying on top of the enemy. A lot of the enemy ships, of course, are far away from here. They're all the way down south over here. They're not really getting involved in the battle. But let's see if we can't ram one or two of them. And we'll move this way with this guy. This guy's going to have to back up, but I'll wait a turn or two until he does that. And this guy I'm just going to move closer so that he can fire arrows at the enemy here. Obviously, if our ships are like right up against the enemy, they're going to be firing at them. And eventually, that's going to pay off. Let's take a look here. Okay, sorry guys, I was looking at the chat here, and let me end the turn. I'm actually going to keep our command ship back here. I don't want him getting knocked over or anything like that. And let's go. This has been a long battle, man. Our first battle went by pretty quickly, but this battle against Persia is a long one. Like, they're really holding on to the last second. I know they don't want to go back and have to tell Xerxes that they've lost, but come on, guys. It's about time that you accept your fate. You will never claim Greece. It's simple. Oh. Definitely heard a ram there. I don't know where it came from, but I absolutely heard a ram. Ah, it could just be this guy sinking. Nope, it's not it. Cruising speed. Come on, boys. Batten down the hatches. And there's one of our boys going down. And we managed to grapple. It looks like we're grappled. I think so. And if we can make it across to that ship, that would be excellent. All right, still very, very close. We still can't say who's going to win, believe it or not. I was certain that we were going to win. Now, I'm not so sure. Just have to give it time. There we go. That's another one down. Beautiful. I knew we were going to take another one with us. It was just a matter of time, but that was pretty cool. So another Persian ship bites the dust, or in this case, bites the ocean. Is that a saying? I don't think so. We need an appropriate saying for when a ship goes down. I can't think of anything better than going down to Davy Jones' locker, but for the time period, that's a bit advanced. Davy Jones doesn't exist for a very, very long time. To see what happens here. Down to the depths. Maybe something like that. Like down to the depths. All right, 7 on this trireme. And over on this other trireme, 4. So I think within a few turns, if we can knock these guys out, I think we win. Almost certain we do. Oh boy, we've got to be careful of the ship that's cut off. He's coming right for our command ship. So I'm going to try to move these guys out of here. Do the same with this guy. And it's still extremely even here. It's very satisfying, says Byron, that crashing sound. Yes, absolutely. Where did you get the Grease musical from? Where did that come from? All right, try to grab on here. Here we go. End the turn. Come on, boys. Come on. Oh, we have another sinking ship. I heard a sinking ship at least. Oh, wow, Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. That's an interesting choice, Muso. I heard about it a lot when I was younger, but I never tried it. I mean, you know, I like sort of dark games, evil games, but Disney's just a little too evil for me. No, I know it's a pretty go-lucky kind of game. Okay, yeah, so there's definitely a Persian ship down there. I knew I heard one of the ships get knocked over. And right now the Persians are winning. Ugh. Doing so well there for a while. I think we got a bit complacent. I think we can actually move back and board that ship. I might be wrong. And the enemy's fouled up on one of their own ships. I love when that happens. So wonderful. Basically a catch-22 for the enemy. Let's try that. This and this. Come on, come on. Ooh, he rammed again into his ship. All right, we're going to take your boat now. We're getting on the Persian trireme. We should have conquered it already. As you can see, there's nobody on board that boat. So I want to see if we can actually just go ahead and take it over. That's a good one. One day they change to looking all the same. Shame, ain't it? All right, there we go. So only a few guys left on board the decks of the Persian ships, but they're keeping these guys alive, basically. They're keeping the Persians alive. As long as those guys stay on board, stay alive on board the ships, they don't count as destroyed ships, or they don't count as captured ships. So we're hoping that one of these arrows gets lucky and finds the Achilles heel, no pun intended, of one of the enemies here. Man, it doesn't get much closer than this, does it, guys? See what else we can do. Come on, row, row. No, I think we're gonna be the ones caught here. Oh, no, we're gonna be the ones caught. Actually, we grappled on, but that's a fight we can't win. See what's going on over here. Finally, all those Persian ships in the western part of the map have sunk. Good riddance. And there we go. Took out the last guy on the enemy command ship. And it's a draw. You know what? I'll accept that. I was really looking forward to a victory, but I guess a draw kind of makes sense there. If you take a look at the ram ships, we had 8. Enemy had 2. So we definitely are learning to ram a bit more. We also killed a lot more of the enemy. The enemy lost 264. We only lost 124 men. Not bad. And we get to move forward to Artemisium. But I think that was pretty good. Failed the grappling attempt. Ah, I see. Byron says Agrippa has a knack for draws in Mare Nostrvm, it would seem. Yes, indeed. I think so. We're going to take a quick look here. We are getting to the end of the stream, but I know a lot of you guys asked for the pirates, so I want to take a look at the pirates here. We're going to look at Melanipea, and I will play as the pirates. I just want to see what they look like. Oh, this is neat. So the wind is going to be pushing us because we've got our sails out. Now, not all of the ships in this time period have sails, and we've been over that. That's because ships in this time period before battle would cut the sails off so they wouldn't interfere with the movement. You know, obviously wind can really blow you in a direction you don't intend to go. So this is one way of avoiding that. And look at this. So we can actually lower the sails. It's actually my first experience in the game with a ship with sails in it. So I'm just going to keep full speed ahead towards the Romans. But I like this. I like the way it looks. I know a lot about pirates in the Age of Sail, but I don't know as much about pirates in this time period. The pirate code, does it still apply? I'm not sure. Let's take a look there. Going up against Rome is not that exciting because obviously if you're captured by the Romans, your chances of survival are pretty slim, especially if your job occupation try again, Agrippa, is pirate. That's something that's not going to get you very far in Roman society. All right, so I like that. I don't notice much of a difference in speed with the sails, but I could just not be noticing it. I think we probably gain an extra hex or two because the wind is definitely blowing our way. Okay, let's keep on moving. I'm going to fast forward because I want to try to get into ramming formation here. So some of these ships, no, I was going to say, I thought some of them may not be using rowers. No, they're all using rowers. Okay, here we go. Come on, boys. Oh, is it going to work? I don't know. We'll soon find out. Here we go. Pirates on the march. I don't know if we're going to catch any of these guys, but it would be really cool to kill one of these Roman ships with a ram, especially with a pirate ship. Pirate ships seem really bulky. Oh! Ooh, so close! But he managed to squeak on through, and actually now he might ram one of our ships. They've definitely grappled on over here on one of our pirate ships. Over there, another grapple. The wind increased the speed there, but not enough to cause a sinking. And it's mostly just grapples here, so these guys are mostly grappling onto each other. Here we go, here we go. Wind is helping us. Oh, he survived again. And actually, it looks like, did our sail fall off? No, I don't think so. It may have, actually. I think our sails may have fallen off. That's pretty funny. Man, we grappled onto just about everybody there. Thank you. Turnopia just let us know that entering combat with sails raised is not a good idea. That makes sense. Now, I was thinking, see, the way I was thinking was the sails would add speed to the already very fast ship and maybe, you know, make ramming a bit easier, but probably not. All right, guys. Well, we are getting to the end of the stream, so if you have any questions, I want you guys to go ahead and start thinking of them right now. As you guys know, the Chernopia guys are here to answer your questions. If you have anything you want to ask them, now would definitely be the time. And, you know, it's really great to have devs that are willing to listen to the customer and sort of willing to give you guys some feedback. So I do want you guys to give a round of applause to the Chernopia guys here because, quite frankly, a lot of devs don't really need to show up to streams. They could just, you know, let the streamer do it, let you guys wonder in amazement, you know, as much as you want. And never really give you any information whatsoever. So I think the Chernopia guys are being really friendly and really nice by being here for you guys to answer your questions. I think that's the end of the ramming. It was a good try, though. If we could get to the back of this ship, that would actually be a great boarding opportunity. But over here, I think the Romans are definitely beating our pirates back. Ah, they've captured a ship. That was a fast capture, a really fast capture. Okay, guys, so here we are at the end. Wow, that was the fastest defeat ever. Look at that. What a surprise. Turn 2 defeat. So the pirate cleansing is definitely tough if you're playing as the pirates. Fascinating. That was interesting. No questions, says a Cable Nexus. No questions, but good luck to Agrippa in the Field of Glory tournament. Thank you, man. Thanks a bunch. No problem, Turnopia. Thank you guys for stopping by. And thank you, Laird, for the claps. Thanks so much, man. They deserve it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to let Musso right now share with you guys our channels. Really makes a big difference when you guys stop by, watch the videos on the channel, subscribe, etc., and get engaged there, just as engaged as you are here on Twitch. We really do appreciate it. And I, Agrippa Maxenius, am headed out now. But I do want to thank you again for stopping by. And we'll see what game we do next. Actually, tomorrow, I believe we are doing Polaris Sector, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll sort of decide what we're going to do Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, now, actually, me and Musso should mention this to you guys before I go. Friday, we're going to be doing a game that you guys decide on. Let me repeat that, a game that you guys decide on. So the way it's going to work is we're going to basically allow you guys to name any game you want to see on Friday. Any game except for the Command series. Let's be honest. It's not because I don't like the Command series. It's just because I don't know how to play it. I'm trying to learn, but it's not easy. So any game minus the Command games that we could try to play on Friday, you guys can name it right here in the chat. Musso is going to basically take your recommendation and put it in a list, and we're going to tally it up. And basically, whichever game you guys decide on, we're going to play on Friday. And Pixel says Agrippa learns to play Command. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, if we did a stream of it, people would be asleep within the first 10 minutes. It's just going to take a while. But I think what I need to do is actually just take a weekend, sit down, and actually learn some very basic missions on Command so that I can present a few to you guys here. Because it is a really fun game. Anticipated my comment. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have a great day. And thank you for stopping by.